SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Bars out.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, week 2 pregame show. We are live from Wynn, Las Vegas. It is absolutely fantastic. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby, swinging Dant, Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
What's up?
False alarm.
We got
False alarm.
No, it's not a pick.
I don't know what happened, but I am joined by one of my many co-hosts, host of the NBA Gambling Podcast, host of the WNBA Gambling Podcast, sometimes host of the NFL Gambling Podcast. Give it up for my guy, Terrell Furman Jr.
Bang! We're here.
I'm super excited. It's college football Saturday. Friday night, I took some brutal beats. I think you were with me on the UCF and the Boise State minus 17.
No, I wasn't with you on Boise because you pushed. I lost because I got it at 18.
Look, so I've been getting my ass kicked because I had the Rams first half.
Yeah.
Bills. Right?
No,
Sorry,
you had the
Bills first half.
Bills first half. Yeah.
So I go into my luggage this morning. I try to find the East Carolina shirt that I thought my wife said she put in my luggage. Couldn't find it. I'm without my lucky shirt. So I got the run the ball shirt going on, and then I had to dive deep. I had to go with the football socks, guys. Had to go with the football socks. I got a good feeling about today. Week 2 Saturday college football.
I want everybody to know Kobe's shirt and socks don't match.
Very true.
Wow.
And yes, we have the Godfathers on the other side of the room here. Ooh. All right?
Yeah, they're sitting in the guest chairs.
Right? And I'm just curious because I haven't had a chance to ask him this, and yourself, Terrell. We're in Las Vegas right now. What time did we all go to sleep last night? Can we go around the table here? Terrell.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
3 a.m. I was a 1 a.m.
3:45. I was watching a rerun of the U.S. Open semifinal tennis match for some reason.
in a sports book?
No, in my room. I couldn't go to sleep. So I not enough sleep. Feel like shit. Almost canceled this whole operation.
Wow. 3:15. And a lot of it was forensic files. After Terrell and I and my brother and Malcolm I think it was the craziest blackjack run where everyone, I think Malcolm maybe lost slightly, but everyone else like pushed.
Yeah,
it was a
much.
crazy run though.
It was insane because Malcolm sits down at the table and he's like, "Yeah, I used to be a dealer, like really good at blackjack." And so, what was it? He had a 14.
Yeah.
And so it was a 14 against a 10. He said, "Yeah, you're supposed to hit that." He hits it against a 9, and we like, and what'd he say?
He lost, and he goes, "See, the game is easy."
Oh, man. See, so I went to sleep. I was the most responsible. That's very rarely in life have I been the most responsible. Anyway, folks, look, we got a loaded college football Saturday. You know, as Real Money Kramer knows, I'm always doing this when I get super excited, and today is one of those days because Saturday morning action just in less than an hour. Alabama and Texas are squaring off. I'm surprised the line hasn't moved much. I expected this one to jump up high. It opened, I think, at 19.5 or 20.
That's not true. That's when they started reporting it. Over the summer, we got that line at some people got that line at 14.
Yeah.
And then it climbed to 17 over the summer. And then when the season officially started, that's when it was at 19.
I still thought it would go up higher than this. I'm looking at it right now, and it's still at 20 and a half. 20 and a half.
Well, let me tell you what WinBet said about it. The plug sent me the text. This is what WinBet said. Alabama spread at Texas is currently WinBet's most bet market and has the highest handle of any market. So not only just the bets, but the handle as well. In addition, the number of tickets that Alabama has on the spread is more than double the number of tickets it has on the money line.
Oof.
And to add to that, they've seen more action come in on Alabama than the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Making me feel better about my first half minus 13 ticket that I have on the Crimson Tide. Come to the land down under, people. I know it's chalky. I feel like for years it's been, hey, play Alabama first half. Well, it keeps hitting. It keeps cashing. Last week, stacking the money was on it.
Let's go.
So, like, I got to ask you, is this a Texas A&M situation? I mean, at some point, Alabama's going to lose a game being a double-digit or more favorite. Is this the Texas A&M situation? This is the highest bet game and the highest handle. Do we get behind the public still?
Well, it is what? Nick Saban's been there since 2007. This is his third road game out of conference. Don't have a big sample size. But potentially.
Watching that Quinn Ewers interview, he doesn't. His haircut's cool, but he doesn't seem. He doesn't seem like a dog. Like he's a shy 19-year-old kid. It's like that shy 19-year-old kid isn't taking down Alabama.
You know how they say party in the back, business in the front? It's party in the back, baby in the front, which is Quinn Ewers.
But I think he does have a little dog on him because what he did to Ohio State by stealing $2 million of their money and then transferring to Texas A&M or
Pretty
not
good.
Texas A&M, Texas. I mean, that was a pretty
That's
dog move right there.
Harrison Barnes level of hijacking right there. Harrison Barnes level right there.
What are you guys doing here, though? Are you guys still going to stay chalky? Are you going to switch? Is it easy to see a tide turn, Terrell?
I'm a ride.
Easy to see a tide turn.
I'm gonna ride the boat with Alabama. If I go down, I'm going down swinging. I can't take this Texas team.
I'm still on Alabama, but shout out to the chat, Colby. They're alive and well. We're coming to you live across all of the channels, the College Football Experience, Sports Gambling Podcast. Nicholas Greenwald says we need locks.
Oh, I can take you to the land down under. I'll take you to the land down under at 9 a.m.
Matthew Markland wants to know, can you shout out my poodle, Douglas E. Doodle?
Yes,
What?
shout out to Douglas E. Doodle.
GBO Farm says let's LFG. Lots of folks here for the picks. Yeah, no.
Magic Man Blanco said he needs a 5-team parlay for his birthday. Happy birthday to the Magic Man.
Magic Man.
And no, I'm not changing my Alabama pick. I didn't know. Are we allowed to change picks? Is this some side? Are we the revolution?
We audible. We do audible. If the money in the handle tells us, we audible
Benedict
sometimes.
Dant over there is, he's rooting for America and also mourning the Queen's death. You got to pick a side.
Good round, you're celebrating with your appetite.
If Malcolm's not mourning the King's death, I'm not.
That's a good policy.
Let's get to. I'll lock up something. They want to know locks. I'm going to take you to 9 a.m. This is just kicking off in 53 minutes. Duke, Northwestern, Evanston, Illinois. Private school pussies going head to head. Duke is getting 10.5 points right now. It is too much. Mike Elko, defensive guru. Pat Fitzgerald, defensive guru. They had a week to prep. I mean, Northwestern, I think, had what? They had two weeks to prep for this. Mm-hmm. And look. I'm taking the points all day. Northwestern's offense is not that explosive. Yes, it looked good against a Nebraska defense that looked shaky. Give me the points. Go to the land down under with us, folks. What are you doing here?
Colby, me personally, also, can we get on the Colgate Maine game at some point?
We can definitely talk about that. Colgate coming off a tough trip all the way out in Palo Alto, coming back. Maine had to go to Albuquerque.
Sean, Colby was trying to take people to the land down under, please.
I'll take the 9.5 with the Colgate Raiders, though. What are you doing here on this Duke Northwestern game, Terrell?
Yeah, I've been telling it high praises on that new Northwestern defense and for years, but their Achilles heel, mobile quarterbacks. And Duke kind of has a little bit of more
Riley
quarterback
Leonard.
there.
Riley Leonard, yeah.
He's really good. He's a baller. And so it's going to be a close one. I really don't think these two teams are too much similar. I really, really hate taking Duke in any situation because they're so bad, but I'll take 10 points here.
10.5 now.
I'm nervous
This
about
is
it, though.
going
I've
up
been
a little
going
bit.
back and forth on this game the entire week.
Oh, man. Real money? Do you have a private school pussy play?
Last night, I couldn't even watch the UCF Louisville game with you guys because all you honks were on the wrong side. I'm also against you guys once again. We're going with Duke. We said we were going to fade Duke. We said we were going to fade Duke when we were watching them light up Temple, and now look at you. You forgot they looked like the best offense in the land last week, didn't they? Didn't they? You forgot to mention one thing Northwestern's been doing, enjoying that sweet corned beef after that beautiful victory over in Ireland.
Yeah.
Lay the points, baby.
Hey, Northwestern's still a 3-9 team in America. All right, they might have got a win out there in Ireland, but 3-9 is 3-9. And look, this series all-time Duke holds the all-time series 11-10. Got to take the points in a matchup that close. They've won also, I think, 4. The past 3, Duke has won, and they've also won 4 of 5. Moving along, let's go down and talk about this South Carolina.
I'm also on Duke.
Sorry.
Nobody cares.
I thought I saw you texting there. I was like, okay, maybe I won't go to him.
If you see Sean on camera, he's inventorying his bets over
I'm
here.
just look at all these things. I put in a bunch at that kiosk.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how many times I actually parlayed Duke in Pittsburgh. It appears to be a number of times.
Well,
But
folks,
it pays 11-1. So, yeah, I'm on Duke. Let's go.
Terrell, I'm sitting on $200 of Stacking the Money Green's money.
Yeah.
And as much as I wanted to bet it on
Yeah,
the
what
Lions
happened to
money
that?
line,
Yeah.
I think we should concoct some type of
all right.
wager here and just leave this right here, you know, and see how bad he wants that money, or if we should concoct some type of wager to make
Yeah.
him some more profit.
Yeah. We can get them.
Are we doing a parlay?
I think we should do a little parlay action,
parlay
right?
action.
Can I
like
request that Jong participates in the parlay?
Is Jong here?
Is Jong here? I know
Jong?
it's early in Albuquerque too, right?
Jong is in the chat. Again, the chat is lit right now. Jong's in here looking for a KBBQ special,
Yes.
2-team money line,
Barbecue
underdog.
special.
Like I said, Lane Elliott's in here saying LFG fellas. Colby is my dad 420.
Oh, I even got a visit from him, Dad.
Looking for your deep cuts, and shout out to Shane saying yes, Jong, we need that Korean barbecue.
So we'll get to that. We're gonna close the show with that. How about that?
Yeah.
And Jong's contribution is Montana -9, so we can. That's how the parlay is going to start.
Okay.
Lucas,
FCS action.
yeah, Lucas Johnson, San Diego State transfer, coming in, playing good for the Grizzlies.
Hopefully, we can get it on the card.
Let me take you to a lock real quick in the 9 a.m. games. Wake Forest is still getting 13. Sam Hartman is coming back. He's playing in this game. Look, I know Vandy is 2-0. I know Vandy beat the shit out of Hawaii, where, again, I really, really apologize to you for saying Hawaii. Like, that is the all-time worst beat I've ever had in my life. I am so sorry for telling you Hawaii.
Worst beat, like not a close game, not close to the spread, but just
That wasn't a beat. That was a beat down.
It was terrible, terrible. Then they almost lose to Elon the next week. Vanderbilt is still bad. They're still really, really bad.
I agree.
Lay the points with Wake Forest. That is a lock. Wake Forest is going to go out there and demolish Vanderbilt.
Yes, folks. And look, I'm all over this one. I already have the ticket in my pocket. Sam Hartman is back.
Yeah.
This is one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Although all of America doesn't want to tell you that. This guy he was responsible for over 50 touchdowns last year. This guy is going to slice and dice this Vanderbilt defense. Shop to your drop customers. Get in on that action.
Is Colby, is he giving out college football picks, or he's selling like a...
He's on an infomercial. One of those late night 1-800.
the slap chop, it slices, it dices.
And it's got the camera. I wish they could move the camera. It's got the camera that's always paneling around him.
Sean's already admitted that he buys a lot of those products.
Yes,
You
he
know what
does.
I mean?
He does. He buys the hose.
Don't get me
pocket
started on
hose.
that hose, man. Fuck pocket hose. That's all I'm here to. Mostly, I'm here to just bash pocket hose.
Just to be clear, we're in Vegas. You're talking about like a water hose, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Next up, though, I'm
The S
curious.
is in the wrong position.
I'm curious your guys' thoughts here. You got the South Carolina Gamecocks with Spencer Vegan Rattler taking on Arkansas and Fayetteville against Sam Pulled Pork Pittman.
Yep.
The spread is 9, I'm seeing right now. 9. The Gamecocks are getting 9 in Fayetteville. Will there be a fan that grabs a raccoon? Perhaps. Either way, what are you
Probably got
doing
it
here?
on a leash. They probably got it on a leash and just walking in the stadium saying it's their emotional support animal.
One of the best college stories for college athletics this past year was that baseball game where the fan grabs the raccoon, holds it up, gets a standing ovation, checks himself into a hospital later that night. Some rabies going on. Right?
I'm on Arkansas on this one. I'm laying the points with Arkansas. I know I'm a South Carolina guy, and I sing the praises of South Carolina, but we said this in the beginning of the season. I said South Carolina's going to get killed in this spot. Arkansas is the better team. They have a really, really good defense. And while South Carolina has a really good defense, I'm not 100% certain about Spencer Rattler. He did look up and down in that game against Georgia State last week.
If they don't block those 2 punts,
Yeah.
they don't win. They might not win that game. Georgia State was winning in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll be afforded that luxury in Fayetteville.
And so, yeah, give me Arkansas, lay the points. I think this is the KJ Jefferson game. And then we come back and we take South Carolina against Georgia on the money line. So remember that.
Okay, I ended up still taking the points. I think Arkansas wins, but I'm going to go with like a 31-24 final. Carolina gets the cover.
I say 34-24 final.
There we go. There
Wow.
we go.
Dueling
Any
prediction.
plays in the vegan pulled pork battle, guys?
I'm a Beamer guy. I've dabbled in reducing the animal fat flowing through my body. So shout out to Spencer Rattler for
Yeah.
trying to live a healthy lifestyle.
I thought you were a Glennon guy.
Oh. Do you want to derail a pregame show? We'll tease this ahead, but next week on the college football picks episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast, I will have a lifetime achievement award for myself as I finally got to say what I've always been wanting to say to Sean Glennon, and he responded. So yes, fuck Glennon once again through the airwaves. But yeah, I was ready. I know Terrell loves the favorites. So when I saw him come in with the Arkansas thing, I liked it. But this is pig fat versus vegan. So I'll be vegan for this pick. I'm not going Arkansas.
You said the favorites. I'm on the
What do they say? Sue Piggy?
Yeah, Sue Piggy.
Hey, Sue Piggy's going down today.
Sue Piggy.
I'm having some soy piggy.
Stacking the money. What are you doing in this game?
Yeah, I'll take Arkansas.
There we go.
You gotta
All
go.
right. We got two against two here. Let's go.
Spencer.
There we go. UTSA, the Roadrunners, meep. They head into West Point to take on the Army Black Knights, who lost a close one down there in Coastal last week. And UTSA lost it in a crazy game, an overtime game in the Alamo Dome, the house that David Robinson built. Roll your socks down, folks. What are we doing here? UTSA laying 2.5 on the road? Triple option?
Yeah, I took Army at home. Triple option offense. Tough to prepare, only week to prepare. We know that's a hard spot. They're getting 2 at home. I think it's a little bit of trap. I'll take it.
Folks, if you get a chance, check out the linebacker for Army. He is an absolute beast. Andre Carter II. There's talking about him potentially being a top 15 draft pick. I'm going to take UTSA, though, because that team showed a lot of resiliency going up against a Houston team that everyone thought was just going to kind of cruise by UTSA. I think they get the dub here in a close one. Tough scheduling for Army. Anyone touching the game in West Point?
Typically, I'm an Army man. Not today. Not today.
Meep.
Meep.
I'm going Army. That UTSA game, that you're coming off that triple overtime game. That was I think that took a lot out of UTSA. So Army at home as a home dog. Let's go.
Late switch. Shout out to Team Ryan. Ryan, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast, he's steering me back to UTSA.
Yeah, meep, man. I'm telling you.
Sorry, back to Army.
Army.
I am
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm an Army man. I shouldn't have stepped out of place.
Ooh. Another great 9 a.m. game. This goes back to the early 1900s, guys. This is college football realignment ruining a decent rivalry here. Missouri in the Little Apple taking on Kansas State. This line has moved all around. I'm currently seeing this thing at, 7? This was up to 7.5 currently. K-State minus 7.5. I know you want the floor, I think, on this one, right?
Look, we're not going to overthink about this, guys. We're laying 7.5 with Adrian Martinez. Are we really going to do this? The guy that threw for 52 yards against South Dakota State. And now he's getting an SEC defense. I know that we're not too high on the Missouri offense, but that defense is still a quality SEC defense. I think that they're going to be quick to the ball, wrap up on defense, really get and hold. Deuce Vaughn may get off, but they're going to be able to contain Adrian Martinez, hopefully slow down the run game where he has to throw the ball. And if he has to be a passer, I'm going to fade him every time. This is a rivalry game. It's the same thing as West Virginia. Why are we laying 7.5 in a rivalry game? Give me the 7.5 with West Virginia. With Missouri.
Missouri, yeah. Interesting point with the rivalry factor. I understand that logic. I did take West Virginia plus 7.5, but this is the Little Apple, and as my colleague here with the Virginia Tech shirt on, Beamer ball. You know who else always kind of played Beamer ball to me, and I always compare Virginia Tech to this school? Kansas State. They block punts, they play great defense, and that place gets lit.
Old head coach Chuck Snyder.
Yeah,
Making a joke for the 5 people that remember the time that Sean couldn't remember Bill Snyder's game and we caught shit about it.
Did result in not a positive review of the show.
This line 7.5. You guys, I'm going to go K-State. I think this momentum. I don't trust Missouri. What I saw against Louisiana Tech. I know they have this talented 5-star freshman, but I think K-State, Adrian Martinez, they kept it vanilla against the South Dakota Coyotes last week. I think the run game is going to be too much. Missouri had a bad run defense last year. Their pass defense wasn't bad, but their run defense was.
Terrell, we're on Missouri, right? On
Yes,
this
we are.
round robin.
Yes.
Explain to the people the round robin parlay that we're both
Yes,
on
so
here.
we are on a 14 round robin parlay, round robin by twos, money line dogs. We have Missouri on the money line. We have Stanford on the money line. We have, what's the other two? I forget. I'm blanking.
I was going to say, you got the ticket.
Arizona State.
Yeah, Arizona State.
And App
definitely,
State.
And App State.
Let's go.
I know that this game, but you guys want to pick that game at all? You guys on that? You guys want a K-State action? So Sean's clearly going Missouri because of his parlay.
Yes.
Real money?
It's a clear market indicators. Lay the 7.5.
There we go. Okay, next up. I got to touch on this game, and it's disgusting. It is a gross game, but it's being played at the Link, the home of the real Temple Owls.
How dare you, Colby?
Look, this game is absolutely hilarious. So you have Lafayette. Lafayette's a very bad FCS, but they're 1-0.
Fuck Lafayette. Lehigh forever. Let's go.
They beat Sacred Heart last week 6-0 in a barn burner, right? And I was
Another Colby wet
Oh,
dream.
this was great. I mean, you look up the stats of this game.
Hey, they put up more offense than Iowa did.
That might be. They threw 8 passing yards and won. 8 passing yards and won the game, right?
I wish Madden was here for that.
Now they scored 6. They're heading to the Link to take on Temple. Crowd is going to be a big factor in this game, and Temple lost 30-0 to Duke, right? This line is off though. This line is off. I'm seeing this line down to 12. I am locking up Temple because Lafayette is that bad. Temple rolls. Give me a 21-0. I don't think Lafayette's going to be able to score on Temple. Let's go to the land down under at the Link.
It's gonna look bad when you realize how horrible Temple is, or how horrible
They threw
Temple
for
is.
8 yards against Sacred Heart.
They also looked horrible against Duke.
I don't care. It's still an FBS program.
Are they really playing this at? They're playing this in Lincoln Financial.
That's where Temple. That's where they play. Temple
right?
likes to call that their home.
Yeah.
They got to curtain off a lot to seats
Why
to sell
are we-
out.
I have no idea why we're talking about this game.
Oh, I had to hammer it. There's
How
money to
dare
be
you.
made here.
Sixth is. I don't know. I'm not laying points from Temple. I don't know. I'm not.
Oh,
laying
you're
points.
making a big mistake, buddy.
I'll just. Lafayette's really, really bad.
This will be Stan Drayton's first win. He's going to cruise to victory. Real money. You going to touch that Lafayette game?
No, I'm protesting. I stand with Terrell.
Lafayette's
Yeah.
right up there with the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go.
Here we go, baby. Okay, North Carolina heads down to Atlanta to play at the old Brave Stadium where Dale Murphy and Fred McGriff used to hit dingers. UNC is laying 7. This line's came down a little bit. This was 7.5.
Yeah.
I am all over UNC here. I am locking up UNC as that music will be heard again. Lay the 7. Georgia State is a bowl team every year. They're a good team. They play good defense, but they do not have the offense to stay in. Like, North Carolina is going to drop 50 points. And by the way, the over-under's at 64.5. Take the over in this game. North Carolina will score at least 49 points. At least 49 points at Georgia State. Take the over on this. Lay the 7 as well. You can do a parlay just for this game. What are you doing here?
This is the last time I'm gonna take UNC before I put them in auto fade territory because if they this just seems like the spot. That offense is so dynamic.
Yeah.
Drake May is really, really good.
Yeah,
Like,
he was a
really,
5-star.
really,
He was a
really,
5-star
really
who
good.
flipped from Alabama to North Carolina. People were panicking, saying Sam Howell's gone. This guy looks better than Sam
No,
Howell.
yeah, he's really, really good. And so he's getting his wide receiver back in Downs. And this is a Georgia State team that gave some cause of concern for last week and how they blew that game. So I'm going to take UNC. And, you know, it kind of makes me nervous that line came down half a point. But I'm going to take UNC. And if they don't cover this, then I'm done with them for the rest of the season.
Dude, Georgia State doesn't have the offense, man. I'm telling you, like I'm a Georgia State fan. I feel like I'm pretty on point with them last year. They do not have the offense to stay up like App State did because Chase Bryce and their stable of running backs that are beast. They don't have the offense. Lock up the Tar Heels in Atlanta. Real money. You got to play on this one?
Isn't this the kind of game the Tar Heels roll up?
Yeah.
It seems like the classic. I mean, UNC is going to be the barometer team this year. They're going to have a fun offense. They're going to look sexy as hell sometimes. The stupid national media is going to talk about them after they had a really good game because all the 5-star talent, 4-star talent. And yeah, I would take him today.
And Mac Brown got fat all of a sudden. Did you guys catch that?
He's not dancing. That's why. There's no dancing going on out there right now. So
It's a hell of a. He's like 74 years old. I've never seen the guy fat in his life, and all of a sudden he shows up this year.
NIL, baby.
Yeah.
He's eating pretty. he's getting a piece of that NIL money too.
It's that North Carolina barbecue, man.
That's right.
It's that North Carolina barbecue. Yeah,
Mac Brown's getting a piece from every restaurant in Chapel Hill.
y'all talking about Sam Pullport Pickens?
NC Nick had a great line. We were saying if there was any coach that would have been on Epstein Island, and he said Mac Brown for sure, right?
Him and Vince Young just hanging out. Let's go.
What are you doing in this game?
Yeah, you
Stacking
talking me
money?
to UNC.
Let's go.
That offense is insane.
Let's go. I want to touch base on this one real quick. We don't have to talk about it long, but the Ohio Bobcats come into Happy Valley to take on Penn State. This line jumped from 24 to 28 overnight. Ohio, the last time they played Penn State in Happy Valley was 10 years ago. Guess what happened? Ohio went in there and won. Ohio's catching 28 points. They got Nathan Rourke. If you listen to the CFL Gambling Podcast, subscribe. Nathan Rourke, the starting quarterback for the BC Lions. His brother is the quarterback of Ohio. So, catching 28, what are you doing here? A little action? Big Ten action?
Yeah, Maxion's Big Ten action. I think that Ohio gets up a little bit early, but I think Penn State just has too much at this point in time. I don't like that Ohio gave up 38 points to FAU last
Got the
time
dub,
out.
though. Got the dub.
They put up 41 and got the dub. So that's they were a dog in that one. I don't know. I think that the line movement is indicative of, hey, Penn State's about to come in here and roll. I'll lay the points to Penn State.
I agree. I'm going to lay the points as well, and I think I think a lot of the things that you just said are valid, but I just think Happy Valley's a beast. Like coming in there, this is Rourke's still a bit of a kid. This is going to be. I don't think he's ever seen an environment like this, and I think Penn State's going to want to establish the run. I know the press came after Franklin because they said this year we're going to be able to run the ball. It didn't look like that in that Purdue game. I think he makes a point here. I think they run to the 5-star freshman and the other experienced backs that they have there. Real Money Kramer, you going to play the Bobcats, Nittany Lions?
Yeah, Clifford sucks, so he'll play well against a bad team. and again, bringing it back to the chat, shout out to Solid Picks. He's a little upset that you brought up the Mac Brown going to Epstein Island image in his head this early in the morning. So apologies, Solid Picks.
How about you, Stacking? Are you going with your boys? Shout out to
This
Quiznos.
does feel like a letdown spot for Penn State, honestly. After the big road win on Purdue, and now you come back, you're against Ohio. I'll take the shop around. You can find that minus 27.5 somewhere.
All right, moving along as we continue on this journey here. Appalachian State heading to College Station. This game is fantastic. And do I need to point out the fact that Appalachian State has shown up in these big games? They have shown up in these big games. They went to South Carolina, beat South Carolina. They went, obviously, the Michigan game that everyone knows that was like 15 years ago. But they do show up in these big matchups. They lost in overtime to Penn State in a game that I think they should have won. They lost in overtime at Tennessee. They are catching, I am seeing this right now, I believe at 18 in College Station. I know the 12th man will be rocking, but still, I think that number is just a little big. Even Jimbo Fisher went on a nice rant about Appalachian State's football team and how good it is. 18.5 I'm seeing, actually, by the way. Plus 600 on the money line if you want to get crazy with the App State play. They got a fifth-year senior quarterback, actually a sixth-year senior quarterback that's transferred all around the nation. He was at Clemson. He was at Duke. They returned 4 or 5 starters on the offensive line. They're a really good offensive line. They got 3 really good running backs. I am locking up App State on the road. I think A&M will get the win.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be something like, 38-28, something like that, maybe 38-31. Give me App State plus 18.5. What are you doing here?
Man, this was one that I kept going back and forth with the entire time because, look, this is still the SEC. Like, this is one of the better teams in the SEC. But if we go back to that Sam Houston game, it looked rough.
Yeah,
It looked rough.
yeah.
You would expect Texas A&M to be able to dog Sam Houston. Now, I know they didn't let them score anything, but they scored 31 points and only 17 in the first half. And if you look at their running back, 18 carries, 42 yards, and 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown, that's not good.
Yeah,
That's 2.3 yards per carry. And what Texas A&M wants to do, which is run the ball and play really good defense. Haynes King, starter, 2 interceptions against Sam Houston State. I know that we're not talking about the praises of the App State defense, but I think that they're comparable.
I would even argue that App State's every year it charts in the top 25. Now,
Yeah.
sure, they look bad against North Carolina, but North Carolina, much like Ole Miss,
Offense
that's
is
a
crazy.
machine. That
That
is a
offense is
machine.
crazy. They're
It's
gonna
really
put up-
hard to stop that.
So I'm going to take the points here. I will sprinkle on the money line a little bit. I think App State has the offense that can get it going, where at least they can score a couple times. This is not going to be a dud like it was for Sam Houston State. I think they're going to be able to score a couple times. Hopefully, that's the difference maker.
Isn't this the same problem Texas A&M has every year? They're not explosive. They can't score a lot of points. They can lock you down. You guys nailed out a really, really, really nice case as to why. Not a total guy, but seems like we should take the under. I dialed up the betting splits. Almost 80% of the tickets are coming in on the over, but only half the money. Sharp action on the under.
Whoa, look out.
Under 54. Let's go. A rare total. I'm not taking a side here.
Oh.
Give me an under.
Yeah, no, App State all day, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
be
if you-
careful. Be careful.
If you look at Win and you want to just fade the public entirely,
Ooh.
91% of the tickets at Win on the over, 92.8% on the handle is on the over as well. So typical just fade spot there for the under. I like it.
see?
Let's go put that in the window.
There we go.
Terrell's giving me the
Did you
Sean
guys,
treatment.
Did you guys figure out my parlay yet? What's going on over there?
We're going to close
Hey,
with that.
hey,
that
we're
money's
closing
just
with
sitting
it.
right there.
Hey, you're
Right?
a guest on our show.
Right?
This is our thing. We know what we're doing over here.
Get to the parlay already.
Sean's the honorary guest who wants to drink before you take off.
All right, let's go to Colorado Springs. Wait, did you play? You're taking App State, right?
Yep, all the way.
Well, let's go to Colorado Springs, where we have an in-state battle that goes back to the 1950s. The Colorado Buffaloes heading into Colorado Springs to take on Air Force. They're calling for heavy rain in this game. Colorado also starting first-time starter at JT Shrout, the Tennessee transfer, will get his first start of his career. So, look, this game's classic. Back to the Bill Parcells days when he was coaching at Air Force. 17.5 points. The Buffs are a 17.5-point dog. It's in the rain. I'm taking my Buffs. Air Force gets the win. Colorado gets the cover with 17.5. I also think we should probably play the under, considering the rain and the triple option bleeds the clock, and Colorado not the best throwing team. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's hard to take these triple option teams with such large favorites because all they do is run the ball. All they do is bleed the clock, just like you talked about. And it's really hard for them to cover those numbers, especially against a Colorado team that I think may be able to keep up somewhat a little bit. If this was some lower level team, like real low in the FCS team that I don't think could score at all, then I would be on Air Force here. But because the Buffs, I think they can get a little bit of offense going in that rain, especially with a run the ball type of offense. I'm going to take Colorado plus 17.5.
Real money.
Proud Patriot here. Give me Air Force.
That's the Parcells thing. I
Give
sold
me
him on
Air
that,
Force.
right? Stacking the money.
Colorado, because the Air Force normally gets that elevation edge,
when
but their Colorado is already at elevation. Right?
You haven't learned. Colby, when the heart matters,
That is
you got to
true.
be careful.
All right, well, we're going to Pittsburgh, where the Johnny Major Classic is going on. And look, I know we covered this one on the show, but in case they didn't listen to the show, this is a line I was shocked when it came out. I was absolutely shocked that Pitt was getting that many points. 6.5. I'm currently 6. It's down to 6 now. I even saw this at a 7.5 a couple days ago. Tennessee is on the road at Pitt. Narduzzi is 2-0 against Josh Heupel. I know last year Joe Milton was starting and they had the wrong guy. It's still too many points on the road. Give me the Pitt Panthers plus the 6. I also say, why not sprinkle some on the money line? Because I'll tell you this. I think Heupel's a good coach. He's going to revive that Tennessee program. Hendon Hooker's a very talented quarterback. But Narduzzi's team has a good blueprint of how to beat them. Pass rush. And guess what? A great secondary. That's what Pitt has. I think you got to take the points. What are you doing here, Terrell?
Well, there's only 2 people in the whole SGPN that had the balls to take Tennessee minus 6.5. After we said, no matter who comes out the backyard brawl, no matter what the situation is, we are going to fade them.
I said I was going to do that.
Fade them. Why? Why are we trusting Narduzzi
I was
again?
expecting Pitt to be like a 3-point favorite.
I think this is the opportunity for Hendon Hooker to go out there. He's still on his Heisman campaign. He's shown that he can cook this defense before. They may be a little better, but hold on. That Tennessee defense is better as well. I think we get a little bit of a defensive game. I'm on the under in this game. Give me the 6.5 with Tennessee. That offense is too much.
Real money?
Come on, they're my new team. Let's go. I need to learn the fight song so I can start singing it. But I'm going all day. Hendon Hooker, baby.
You know what? We need to get you a studio dog like Smokey. You know, the Tennessee dog?
Buddy. We'll just get an outfit for Buddy.
Stacking the money.
You know, Ryan was talking about needing a studio dog because he must be scared. Give me Pitt winning outright.
I agree.
Narduzzi 2-0 against Heupel. Great stat.
Yes.
No, I mean, Pittsburgh, I think, at home, and I think Pittsburgh has the defense to hang with Tennessee and slow down those receivers.
Yeah, I think they really can. And another thing is Pitt's O-line, all back from a season ago. So I think Keaton Slovis might be able to push the ball. That's what was surprising in the backyard brawl is everyone said Narduzzi's going to run it more this year. No, they still threw the ball a lot. So, yeah, give me Pitt plus the points there. Marshall, the Thundering Herd, heading to South Bend. They're getting 20 points in South Bend, Terrell. This line is kind of jolted back and forth. It was at 19. I saw it even at a 21. 20 right now, flat 20. Thundering Herd, can Marcus Freeman get his first win? You know, he lost the bowl game against Oklahoma State where they blew a big lead. They were there neck and neck somewhat with Ohio State. This can be his first win. Do they cruise to victory? I know Notre Dame's beat up at the wide receiver position, but Marshall's a decent team, so they better take them seriously because this is a team that bowls pretty much every year. I'm going to take the 20. I do think Notre Dame wins. Give me like a 31-17 final, something like that. What are you doing?
Yeah, I got to see it from Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman first. I don't want to lay 20, 21 points, 3 touchdowns with this coach and this team, and I don't know what their identity is. I don't know what they look like. I didn't really see anything I really, really liked from them in that Ohio State game, and I'm not going to sit there and use that as the catalyst for all this. So give me Marshall. I don't like it. I'm not betting this one, but I want to see more from him.
Yeah. Real money?
What side are you on, Colby?
I took Marshall plus the points.
Yeah, let's go. I'm not disagreeing with you on a game that I know very little about.
No, I think Marshall and the points for sure. I mean, it's kind of a letdown spot for Notre Dame, right? They were hanging with Ohio State. They thought, oh, man, yeah, we can take down Ohio State. Now you're playing Marshall, an easy team for them to overlook.
Can we talk about the Notre Dame new head coach real quick, Freeman? The move of him rolling up to the stadium and that last little walk that he knew he'd be on camera to bring his hot ass wife out. Did you guys notice that? He just like there's no reason she needs to walk with him from the bus to the entrance to the stadium. Yet there she was.
Yeah.
Also, he was rocking some sort of limp. Like he might have gotten into some devious shit. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm a little worried about Marcus Freeman. Maybe going too hard in the pregame.
Really? Because I drafted him high in our coach Royal Rumble with Patty C. Our coaching Royal Rumble. We lost Orgeron. He's no longer in the Royal Rumble.
So I thought the number 1 overall pick.
Well, I mean, Whittingham was up there. Marcus Freeman, obviously being a former linebacker. Sam Pulled Pork Pittman. He's a little old, but he's a former O-line coach. I feel like he can get dirty. So it's up there. You know, I'd say those 3 are in that mix. There's maybe a few that I'm forgetting right now, but
I like it.
Anyway, moving along. Memphis heads to Navy. Little AAC early conference game. This line actually has came down a lot. Navy, though, just lost to an FCS school in Delaware. But the problem was, I feel like Navy actually outgained them. But Ty Lavatai and that Navy offense kept fumbling the ball. Now they're back in Annapolis. Can they capitalize on Memphis? This is an interesting one because the line was at 6.5. It's down to 4.5. Memphis is favored by 4.5, but Memphis coming off an SEC opponent. They played Mike Leach in the air raid, and they were down 35-3 to start that game. Now they got to take on the triple option, back-to-back away games. I'm going to take Navy plus the 4.5. I think there's a reason why that money's coming down. What are you doing here, Terrell?
Yeah, I'm on Navy. I think this is a perfect get-right spot for Navy. They worked on the things this week, stopped fumbling the ball. They're at home. Indianapolis is going to be rocking for this game. AAC game, I think they keep it close. I'll take Navy in the points.
And again, I was going to throw this out earlier. I figured I'd wait till we get to all the games. But shout out to hashtag Team Ryan McIntyre, host of the NFL Gambling Podcast. I'm locking in a full-blown America Rocks moneyline parlay. Navy, Army, Air Force. Let's go. All on the money line.
If you had balls, you'd add VMI to that. Virginia Military Institute. Right?
For those from Virginia, everyone knows that VMI takes a back seat to the Corps of Cadets at Virginia Tech. So why don't we just add Virginia Tech and Texas A&M into the parlay too? I'm starting to like this one.
Yeah.
Just Army, Navy, and Air Force pays out plus 525.
Oh, I like it. Stacking the money. What are you doing here?
Yeah, never fade Navy. Let's go.
I did a military training when I was in ROTC getting ready to commission from North Carolina A&T, and I had a Texas A&M Corps cadets and a Virginia Tech person. Didn't like them.
Oh. the civilians, fucking civilians, Terrell.
They were cool. They were cool. I'm playing.
All right, next up, we got to talk on this. This is an interesting one here. We got our boys, the Cougs, Washington State, heading pretty much cross country to go to Camp Randall, Madison, Wisconsin. I can hear Jump Around being played right now. Wisconsin minus 17.5 against the Cougs. Look, they still have Graham Mertz. And this guy, look.
Trademark. Can we even say his name?
Yeah, you can say it.
Can we allowed to say Mertz?
I think we owe him some money now.
We might have
right?
to pay him now.
He was the first guy to capitalize on an NIL deal. The only problem was he
His
should have
name
been
is-
capitalizing on his arm because he sucks.
Why,
All right?
why don't we call
Safe
him
to say.
Ram Gertz?
Ram Gertz. There we go. Look, 17 and a
That was
half.
terrible.
17 and a half.
Terrible.
Cam Ward coming into Wazoo, the incarnate word transfer. I'm taking the 17 and a half. Let's go, Cougs. What are you doing here, Terrell?
Yes, 74.5% of tickets on UW, 53.6% of the money on them, though. Money's coming in on Washington State. I don't trust them to lay 17 points with them. That defense may be able to keep it up, but I'm going to take the 17.5 Washington State. Hopefully they able to score a few times.
Real money.
Bigfoot would enjoy the song Jump Around. He would also crush some of those fucking hippies up there in Madison. Give me the points. Go Cougs.
Green?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is that, especially this new look Washington State team. They are built to hang with in an ugly game with Wisconsin. They might be like leading early in the third quarter. Wisconsin pulls away, but I think they're going to be in this game.
This line opened up at like 11.5 too. It's up to 17.5. I think there's some type of middle here.
Maryland heads to Charlotte. I only put this one on here because I'm locking this.
Yeah.
Normally I wouldn't talk about this game, but I am convinced Charlotte is on a Hawaii level defensively. It's 27.5 is the number.
Yep.
Folks, put your life savings on this. I'm telling you, I've watched Charlotte. I've watched every snap they've played the past 2 weeks. They lost to William and Mary by 17 points. And William and Mary, shout out to Mike London. He's doing a good job, but their quarterback play is not very good. Maryland's quarterback play is very good. They got like 2 or 3 NFL wideouts on that team. I think Maryland is going to just slaughter the Charlotte 49ers. I'm going to say they're going to put up 60 today. 62 to 20 final score there. Maryland covers. What are you doing here?
Yeah, give me Maryland. We're not going to talk about this. Charlotte is in auto fade territory for the rest of the season.
We're going to lay 28 with the blood of Tua.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Oh,
we are.
okay. Sure. I'll lay 28 with the blood of Tua.
Talk
Hell
about
yeah.
college football. What's up, man?
Hey, I think he said
What's going
Patriots.
on?
He said
Patriots?
Patriots. Yeah, is that
Mark
Wahlberg?
Wahlberg?
That's Mark
Yeah, that's
Wahlberg.
Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, there we
Hey,
go.
Mark, come back here.
Mark, come back.
I was sitting there. I was like, wait, is that Mark Wahlberg?
I'm not on the Patriots. Don't ask him back.
Okay, next up, moving along. I got to touch base on
Hey,
this
was
one.
that really Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah,
that was Mark
That was,
Wahlberg.
yeah.
I was sitting there
Yeah.
looking. I was like, is that Mark Wahlberg?
You got to remember the Hollywood types always look skinnier in person.
Yeah, they do. He does. He does look a little skinnier.
Fit as the soccer crowd would say.
So I got to ask Terrell this one real quick. North Carolina A&T. This line opened up
No,
at 34.
North Dakota State minus 34. North
It's
Dakota State
36 now.
North Dakota State minus 36. We don't have anything else to talk about. North Dakota State minus 36.
The line went up 2 points, man.
Yeah.
I'm still taking NDSU,
Yep.
but I know stacking the money is going to take your boys, North Carolina A&T.
Oh, yeah. Fuck North Dakota State. Horns down for the Bison.
No,
I'm
be
going to start
careful.
that for the North Dakota Bison.
What are you going to do on that one there, real money?
They do realize that they are Bison and not Buffalo, so I'm going to take North Dakota State.
Houston heads into Texas Tech. Lubbock, this is awesome. This is a future Big 12 matchup, and also this is a game that goes back all the way to the 1950s. Texas Tech laying 4. This was up. I think it opened at 2. So this is interesting because you don't see this a lot, where Texas Tech loses their starting quarterback Tyler Shuck. He's out for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Wait, I just realized Mark Wahlberg's been up for 5 hours. Remember Mark Wahlberg's, he wakes up at like 3:30 every day?
Yeah, that's
They,
true.
Does he still do that?
they were coming off the golf course.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
8:44 local time.
Insane.
I just remember what Dick Vermeil told us about Invincible. So they fabricated some things. They fabricated some things there.
I'll tell you this: watching that man put on the pads, something looked a little off. Maybe they should have gotten some smaller pads.
Okay, so look, what are we doing? Texas Tech laying 4. We got, like I said, backup quarterback Donovan Smith in, but he started the bowl game. He got some starts last year, so maybe it's not your traditional backup scenario here.
Yeah.
Lubbock is gonna be rocking. This place is awesome to catch a football game. Houston, fresh off a multi-overtime win against UTSA. Texas Tech beat Houston last year, revenge spot for Clayton Tune and the Cougs. It's up to 4. I don't like it at 4. I really kind of love Texas Tech at 2. At 4, I get a little nervous there, but I'm still going to ride with the Red Raiders minus the points.
Yeah, I'm on the Red Raiders too. I think it was a close quarterback battle. It wasn't like that Shuck was automatically the starter. Like, they were going back and forth all through camp. I think there's some people that was on his side, some people that was on Smith's side. They're going to get up for this game, get up for him coming in as QB. I'll go ahead and take Texas Tech.
Real money?
Is Craig James on Texas Tech here? Because I'm just wondering.
That's a throwback.
I'm just
Classic private school pussy.
I'm just wondering if the shed's still there. Because if the shed's not there, I don't like Texas Tech. I only like Texas Tech if they're still locking kids in sheds to make sure they're playing good football. Shout out to Coach Leach. Fade Texas Tech.
Oh, yeah, he's going with the Cougs. Stacking the money?
Oh, man. I actually like Texas Tech here because, I mean, Tune got his ass kicked in that game. Like, that dude took a ton of shots. I mean, even him leaping through the air to get that third overtime 2-point conversion, like, the dude just took a ton of shots, and now you're going to go on the road again? Like, this is just a horrible spot for Houston.
Yeah, I agree. Next up, we got Virginia. Brennan Armstrong hitting the road, taking on the Fighting Illini. He crushed the Fighting Illini in Charlottesville last year. They won 42-14. Brennan Armstrong looked like, I don't know, the second coming of Steve Young in that game. What's Virginia's getting 4 points here? What am I missing? Illinois' offense, not very exciting.
Yeah, but
I think this should be part of the parlay, perhaps.
I don't know. That defense is really, really good.
The Illinois defense is good. Virginia's defense is not good. Virginia's offense is good. Illinois' offense is terrible. I'm taking the points when it comes to that. Brennan Armstrong's a difference maker. Give me the Wahoos plus the 4.
I'm not laying almost 5 points with Illinois, even though I'm concerned about this one. It's not parlay worthy. But I will say that Virginia, if they lose by 3.
This is tough. It's either fade the Wahoos.
Hey, Ultimate D-Gen right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ultimate D-Gen sits there with his family and says, hold on, let's stay here and get some college football picks before we leave.
Doing some laps. I feel like both sides of this are a fade. But as much as I would want to fade Virginia, I think you got to take Virginia and you fade the Joe Judge coaching tree. That's what I'm doing here. Brett Bielema.
All right.
Brett Bielema is your number 1 pick for the Royal Rumble.
He's in the Royal Rumble, man.
He's a stone with a face. He's a Humpty Dumpty if it was made out of granite. And I'm fading that. Give me the I can't even say it, but give me the other team.
The Tiki Torch.
Give me the private school pussies from Virginia.
What are you doing, Stag of the Money?
Yeah, I'm always down to ride Brendan Armstrong. I mean, he's just a fun guy to root for. He's a fun guy to have in your parlay. Like, he keeps plays alive. He scrambles around. It's great to see a lefty go.
He rushed for over 100 yards in week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy's a baller.
No.
And shout out to the Blue Wire team behind the glass. But I know I said I didn't need the audio, but now that Sean said he likes to ride Brendan Armstrong, I'm going to need that for some clips.
Next up, we're going to take you to this is one of the bigger ones. We're going to Gainesville. Chris Rodriguez, the starting running back of Kentucky.
Man, I've been being patient. I've been being patient, waiting for you to talk about the Jayhawks this entire time. We're getting to the Jayhawks.
Okay,
Jayhawks in West Virginia.
Let's start there.
I'm locking up the Jayhawks plus 13.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it at I believe 14 right now.
Oh, key number.
Yeah,
Bummer.
This has gone up. Let me double check here. Yeah. So the Jayhawks heading into Morgantown. This is a big road test for Jalen Daniels, the freshman. Well, he was a freshman last year, but he's a redshirt freshman essentially. Got some starts. Did win on the road at Texas, but we know that place is not lit. And now he comes into Morgantown. Maybe they will throw some batteries at them. I don't know, but couches will be on fire. They're getting 14 in Morgantown.
Look, 85.5% of the bets on West Virginia, 88.8% of the money. We're going to fade the public here. 98.2% of the money line bets on West Virginia, 95.9% of the money.
Who's betting on West Virginia money line here?
I have no idea. Who's
I have
laying
$525. I'm trying to make $100. I'm going to bet on West Virginia money line. I mean, I like that West Virginia team. I mean, they really blew that game against Pitt in the backyard brawl. But this is, and I like the team, but this is a massive letdown situation for them.
And I'm seeing in some places Kansas is plus 420. Which is significant to some. A fade the backyard brawl parlay. Is that where we're crafting up here?
Oh, I like it.
No, you don't. You're on Pitt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
right.
And I'm glad you brought that
I
up
just like
because
the idea that he's parlaying it. I like the gimmicks of it.
well, and you brought this up earlier, but we often call Colby Benedict Dant because, as you guys said, you like to switch your picks sometimes. Well, it sounds like Terrell's on the same page. And I've been doing a little digging over here, and Major John Andre was handsome, artistic, beloved by the people, admired by George Washington, a spy, brave and cunning. He convinced Benedict Arnold to sell out West Point. So I propose that we call Terrell Major Terrell Andre. As the sidekick to Benedict Dant, as they switch their picks at the last minute.
I didn't stay in the military long enough to make that rank.
I'm just saying, these guys with their switching picks.
So you're on. What are you on, Kramer? You're on the Jayhawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Rock chalk, let's go.
And I just crafted a parlay where I'm taking Tennessee and Kansas points. Standard parlay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kentucky heads into the swamp.
Yep.
Chris Rodriguez, the star running back. I was confident that Kentucky was going to let him play. I guess the NCAA said, hold it right there. He's not going to play. Their star running back. So Cavassier Smoke will get the start at the running back spot. Great name. And all of a sudden that line jumps up because Rodriguez Jr. is not there. Florida laying 6 in the swamp. That's too much. That's too much because Cavassier Smoke can still play. Yeah. I think people don't realize that. Give me the 6 and Kentucky, even though AR-15 looks nasty.
I was close to changing my pick here, but now that I've been anointed as Benedict Rail, I'm going to go ahead and stay strong with Kentucky.
Yeah, I just think
I'm sticking with Florida. I think Anthony Richardson, I know Kramer was high on him. He looked good, and again, that home field in Florida seemed like a real issue for Utah. I know it's not quite the same for Kentucky, but I still think they get it done. So I'm laying the 6.
Yeah, they call it the Opiate Express, that little quick freeway shot down to Florida there. I think Florida is the only place where this game could be played. AR-15 plus a little Cavassier Smoke.
Oh, man.
Usually you can't combine those things in one atmosphere. It will be lit. I'm all over Florida here, Colby. You know that.
Oh, Arizona State heads into Stillwater. Stillwater's run deep, guys. Herm Edwards coming into Stillwater. Yeah. Hello. One of my favorite moments in college football history is when Herm Edwards got the job at Arizona State. He's having a press conference. This is the first time they've hired him, right? And the guy asked him a question. He's like, "I'm Bill Johnson from Sun Devil News," and he goes, "Sun Devils? Devils? I don't mess with no devils. I'm a Catholic man." Right? And it's like, dude, did you not know that Arizona State was named the Sun Devils? Absolutely classic moment.
He changed their name to the Sun Christians.
And I love her.
The Sun Jesuses.
He's catching 12 now. This line has gone up. I'm all over Arizona State plus the points. I got some real concerns with Oklahoma State defensively in that first matchup against Central Michigan. Give me the 12 in Arizona State in Stillwater. What are you doing here?
Heavy money on Oklahoma State. I'm very, very concerned for Oklahoma State defensively. And I'm not the biggest believer in Spencer Sanders. I think Spencer Sanders is a very up-and-down quarterback. He has moments. He can win the game for you. He can lose the game for you. I like getting to 11, and you know I like it because we threw it in the money line dog parlay.
There we go. Real money.
Let's go.
See, I'm going with you, Colby. Let's go.
Big Herm.
Yeah.
Herm.
Stack of money.
I hate that
you're there, right?
I'm doing it.
No, I mean, yeah.
Usually I'm a fade Herm.
Oklahoma State, the Chippewas, Oklahoma State's prevent defense or whatever they were running late is just nothing. So even if they get down, 11 is a lot for Oklahoma State. They showed they had no ability to close against Central Michigan. So Arizona State all day.
Magic Man Blanco, it's your birthday. Take Oregon minus 21, by the way, against Eastern Washington.
Colby, the first set of games to kick in 6 minutes.
I know, and that's time. That means we're gonna do.
All right, real quick, rapid fire, because I do have some questions for you.
Okay.
Are we going heavy ECU today?
We are taking ECU, but I couldn't find my shirt, so I'm a bit nervous now on that. But then again, I wore the
What?
shirt.
You
We
took
missed an
ECU?
extra point.
You took ECU?
Yeah, I always go ECU, man. At the
What?
end of the day,
No.
you know what I mean?
No, hey, no,
Yeah.
no, that's Benedict Kobe. We were definitely backstage in the room, and we sat here and we said this was too many points for ECU. We're going with ODU.
Yeah.
What? That is all time.
Wait, just now?
On air,
No,
I
no,
can never
yes,
fade
it was
ECU,
earlier this
buddy.
week.
You know that, right?
Earlier this week. No way. No, I'm letting everybody know what Kobe said.
There we go.
We're on ODU. Don't listen. to
Hold on. This is the time, folks. Look, I know you want to ask me a bunch of questions, but this is the $200.
Yeah,
all
get
right?
my parlay in.
Let's
and
get this.
It can't include any 9 a.m. games because we're not going to get it
That's
in. So.
obviously true as well. I didn't think about that.
Kansas
but,
plus 13.5.
All right. Kansas plus 13.5. I also see it 14. So that's
When does
one.
Montana play? Because I want to make sure John's parlay piece is in the parlay.
Well, I can tell you that
It's not 9 a.m., right?
Yeah, because
okay, perfect.
it's Missoula.
Can we put Michigan in the parlay?
Yes.
Are we gonna lay? What's that at right now? What's
50. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing
52.
52 in some places.
Yeah, lay it. Let's
so
start.
what? Michigan?
Michigan.
Let me write this down here.
So we got Michigan, we got Kansas.
All right, Michigan and Kansas.
We're all on the Sun Devils.
No, we can't put them in the parlay.
How about Virginia Tech?
Actually, yeah.
Pride gets his
No,
first
oh,
win
God,
at
what are you
home at
guys
Lane.
doing? Arizona State goes in there. You guys put Virginia Tech. I'll ride with you, but I'm terrified of that one.
Arizona State.
You know what? Put the Hokies in. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Go
let's
Hokies.
Let's go.
Except for Sean Glenn.
How many teams are we doing in this parlay?
What are we at?
4.
One more. Is Montana already in there?
Let's
No, but I don't know that we're gonna be able to get
Okay.
that. We're definitely gonna be able to get that.
It's a
line.
6-teamer if we get Montana. If not, what's the 5th team?
I'm gonna say we should do
Is it Bama or is that
Jackson State.
Jackson State. Jackson State minus 9. Dion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Should we go Dion?
Can we get that in the parlay?
I'm hoping. We didn't even talk about the Cyhawk. Do we want to take Iowa State? Is this the year Matt
Oh.
Campbell does it?
No, I don't like that one. We got some folks outside though. Who do you like today? Are we taking Iowa State? Thumbs up for Iowa State. Thumbs down for Iowa. Yeah, they don't know.
Thumbs up for
they don't have a
Iowa.
play. No play.
Yeah.
Hey, he thumbs up Iowa. He thumbs up Iowa.
By the way, by the time my daughter was 7, she understood betting odds. So you still got time. You still got time.
Where are we at? Let's walk through this.
I got Michigan minus 52 as part of this parlay. Kansas plus 14. Arizona State plus 12. Virginia Tech minus. I'm seeing it actually at 3 right now.
All right, so say that again because I'm going to get us a price live on the air.
Michigan minus 52.
Got it?
Kansas plus, I believe that would be 14.
Yep.
Arizona State plus 12. Virginia Tech minus 3. And we got to.
No, let's not put Virginia Tech.
Is that going to be the one?
Nope, we already did.
No. Take
keep
Virginia
going.
Tech out.
I say Maryland Charlotte. We got to get Maryland Charlotte in there. We got to lay those points. 27.5.
All right. Yeah, let's swap in Maryland instead of Virginia Tech.
And what will that pay out there, real money?
So I'm seeing Michigan minus 52, Arizona State plus 11.5, Kansas plus 13.5.
14.
Oh, plus 14. Maryland minus 28.
I like it. Let's go.
And then so that's 4. What's the 5th?
Jackson State,
Okay.
if you're into FCS stuff.
Yeah, I mean they slaughtered Florida A&M last Sunday. All right, folks, were you working on the payout still? Is that should I move along?
John, moneyline dog parlay, take Arizona State and take Stanford.
And folks, also highly recommend betting on ULM minus the points. Also Oregon minus the points and Rice minus the points. Those are 3 other locks that you will find. Once again, all of our picks over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com or on the SGPN app. Are we working on a payout here, or am I closing out of here?
If you do if you include Virginia Tech and Maryland, you can get juiced up to 24-1. If you don't include Virginia Tech, it's going to be half that. And I am seeing some Montana numbers, but it's as high as 2 touchdowns now. So.
The Grizz, Lucas Johnson. All right, folks, appreciate you tuning in. Happy College Football Week 2. Let's go watch these ball games. This is the College Football Experience Week 2 preview show. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Thank you.
I love this.
Well, this is a great way to get started. And I haven't even won all my games yet. It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family. What the fuck did I do wrong, Tom?
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
Get my limousine! Ride on 85! Get my engine! Woo! And take off to New Orleans!
They're begging us! Please have a party! Feed us drinks! Get us laid! Ow!
And we out of here.